7. Judd Higgins to break.
How does John Higgins get a handle on this fella then? As Dennis said, Judd Trump 1 frame away now from snooker immortality. He's won the UK, he's won the Masters, 1 away from the greatest prize of them all.
I have to phone the police, he's missed one. One thing about John Higgins, he will never give up. He'll fight right to the end. And this is what he's been doing throughout this final. He's had one of the greatest tacticians the game's ever seen in trouble so many times. So much so that that was the only shot available. There was no escape route there.
Yeah, his scoring has been that heavy that 7 centuries in that 90 odd in the last frame. That's basically half the match almost, where John hasn't taken part. That's how dominant now. Double. Kill the cue ball. Not this time. And a half chance now for John.
Yeah, he can't quite reach over it. There's so many awkward reds in the way, having to get the spider, which is unusual from this distance.
Thank you.
Didn't want the cannon on the yellow, obviously, so this brown is a thin cut, but there is a red over the left corner pocket. Now the fact that he forced it, had he have played for the single red, I expect him to pot that, but forcing it made the pot more difficult.
One.
That might be the end of you couldn't call it a break. He's only potted 1 red, but he's covered the brown. He's hampered on the blue, so it's just a safety.
Yellow ball. Judd Trump, 1.
You mentioned the 11 centuries there, Alan. I think the record before that was yourself. In a semi-final, was there 10 centuries?
Wasn't an awful lot to do with me. Ding done most. He got 7. Yeah, that was the record, yeah.
Well, you got 3, Alan, so... I think John is resigned to just having a go at any half chance now. And if this red goes into the middle pocket, it's quite a difficult one. With the angle he has, looks a little bit easier on the overhead shot. That looks much more difficult.
1.
He's on the brown, and even if he's straight on the brown, we'll see the cue power of this player. It's quite amazing, the backspin that he generates. Well, he had an angle, so he didn't have to screw back. But not an easy chance. The pink tied up, the black near the
5.
cushion.
Six.
He's potted some lovely balls with his opposite hand. He used his right hand there. Seems very adept at that, and playing it with side also. Was he just thinking about potting the blue and canning into the pink and reds? Yeah, he's just making his mind up whether to do that or not. Decided against it.
Yeah, you can't blame him.
11.
Just pick them off. There are enough reds in the open for him. And as ever, with that cue power,
12.
well, just potted that in the wrong half of the pocket. Tester coming up. Probably brown. Yellow a bit tricky for a left-hander. Doesn't have a lot of room for cueing it. Awkward bridging.
Yellow.
Tough shot this. Oh, yes. That's been a feature of his... Well, he's played the whole tournament, and especially this final. Any time he gets a hair out of position, there's the recovery shot.
15.
Still 3 or 4 loose reds available to Judd.
$18. $19.
Still got the choice whether to pot the blue and split the pink and reds, or he can keep picking the reds off. As I said, there's still another 3 or 4 available. In fact, when he pots this one, it'll release a red to the opposite corner.
24.
Yeah, this is the shot, isn't it?
Oh, look at this for a shot. Absolutely perfect. And there's all his friends, and there's his parents. You see Jack there, and Oliver Lyons, one of the professionals, good friend of Judd's. They're all here, and they're all looking very smart. That's the boys there, look like a boy band.
31.
he was involved in one of the greatest finals ever last year against Mark Williams. I know he was so disillusioned after losing the last two finals to Mark Selby and Mark Williams, but I don't think he'd be so disappointed. But he won't be disillusioned because his opponent, and John will be the first to congratulate him if he clinches it here, he knows that he's played against a player at the peak of his form. 7 hours, and he's not that far away from his first world title. Needs to pull up a little bit.
42.
Might need another chance if this red doesn't pass into the corner. It's tight.
Yeah, I think there's enough room there. You maybe wouldn't want to risk potting it off the far jaw, but centre of the pocket or left jaw shouldn't be a problem. Almost there.
That's his brother Jack there, who's travelled all over the world with him for the last couple of years. And he looks to the heavens. There's no better feeling in the world when you're
49.
potting a few balls that's going to give you your first world championship. Just needs one more colour.
50.
I think John Higgins, playing any other player the way John has played, would have won the title this year. But this man has been awesome.
Choose shots, choose pots. Long red thump. Hail the new
62.
king. Judd Trump.
I like that, Alan. Even if the red doesn't go in, I think John Higgins will come forward, puts his cue down to congratulate Judd Trump. Absolutely incredible performance from Judd Trump to win his first World Championship. And he will be crowned the 2019 Betfred World Champion. Congratulations to Judd and all his family.
The best quality of snooker we have ever seen in the Crucible final. A record-breaking 2 days. And both of these amazing players have played their part. John, if I can come to you first. What an amazing achievement to make 3 finals in a row. I know it's not the outcome that you had hoped for, but you came up against a man today playing, quite simply, superhuman snooker.
Yeah, I mean, I was a lucky one. I didn't have to pay for a ticket there because honestly, it was just awesome, absolutely awesome. I was lucky to get 9 frames really, so no, brilliant. So good luck to him. I said to him, first of many, I'm sure, because he'll go on and win this many more times. I'm sure producing a standard like that's incredible.
I guess, John, that the damage was done last night with that incredible burst of frames from Judd. But how much hope and belief did you come back with this afternoon, especially with the 147 attempt?
Yeah, no, that's what I said. The crowd were clapping that long and it was that loud that I was wanting to go on and play the black, and the pressure was mounting as the clapping was going on. I'm thinking I'm going to miss this black here, and then sure enough I did. But no, listen, I gave it everything, but it was just unplayable. It was unplayable. So
I know every defeat hurts, John, but I wonder if it's numbed the pain being part of one of the best finals of all time, and you have played a wonderfully special part in that too, has he not, ladies and gentlemen? champagne. What do you think of that response, John?
No, listen, he playing it a third time in a row. Yeah, it's brilliant. I never expected coming here to get to final, but I was delighted to get there. But as I say, just come up against an unstoppable machine, and every credit to him. He was brilliant.
This is the man, ladies and gentlemen, who at Christmas time was saying that he was thinking about giving up this game. He's not, I'm very glad to say clearly. But also, I think everybody who witnessed your run to the final, it's a testament to your tenacity and your grit, John. And everybody who witnessed that semi-final against Dave Gilbert will never, ever forget that comeback today, or your class today as well. Thank you very much, John. Come back again. Judd Trump, world champion at last. How does that sound?
Incredible. I can't put it into words. I've worked so hard for this, and yeah, just for the people around me is so special.
And to win it the way you played in a record-breaking final, I wonder how much pride you take in that performance today, Judd.
Yeah, it was an amazing final. I think the standard from the very first session, the very first ball, John is such a great player. I always seem to raise my game and still don't beat him. Every time I play him, I play amazing, and he beats me every time. So, yeah, that's probably the best I ever played in sort of a major final. And I still didn't feel relaxed coming into the session tonight. I think I've lost some big leads against him in the past, and like the standard he was playing, and I was just, yeah, it was, I don't know, I can't put it into words how well I played, and that's what you've got to do to beat John. And it's amazing to, obviously, for him to reach 3 finals. He's won 4. Every time I play him, I just try and learn as much as possible. He's, without doubt, the top, if not the greatest, one of the greatest to ever play the game. And yeah, I've always looked up to him.
Well said, John. But Judd, that incredible peak performance burst out of you with the 8 frames in a row last night. And I just wonder, the Judd Trump of 2011 who was losing to John in this very arena, how much work has it taken for you to be standing here now as champion?
I've had to really sort of go away and rebuild my game. I think I did feel very confident in the final, so I tried to play as similar as I did to the last one, but just with, obviously, a bit more safety when I needed it. But I think a special thanks to my brother, who's moved up with me at the start of this season, and a massive help, obviously, and I think he's one of the reasons why I've done so well this season. And a special mention to my family that have always believed me and always helped me to get here.
It's a great moment for them too, obviously. But I just wonder, Judd, when you were a little boy and you've been a world champion and waiting for a very long time, we've been waiting for this moment on your behalf. What was it that first inspired your desire to be a world champion, and who was it?
My dad. My dad's the biggest snooker fan in the world. He watches every single game every time it's on TV, so it's just inspiring to see his motivation in snooker. And there's been some tough times, some bad losses, but I think just the inspiration to really win it for him is what got me through.
And I tell you what, it's not just the world title, ladies and gentlemen, because Judd tonight becomes the 11th man into the Triple Crown Club, a career Triple Crown, the UK, the Masters, and now the world title itself. I tell you what, you're in very good company, aren't you?
It's an incredible achievement for me from where I was at sort of the start of the season. I think I hadn't been doing that well for the past season or two. My brother came up and been practicing harder than ever, and the results have really paid off this season.
And I tell you what, he's also the first player to cross the £1 million prize money mark this season. Drinks on Judd this evening, is it?
I might get the first round in.
We might hold you to that. Judd, what a pleasure it's been to watch you and to watch John in possibly the greatest final of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, please salute your champion, Mr. Judd Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your presentation party, Mark Stebbings, Managing Director of Betfred, and Barry Hearn, Chairman of World Snooker. The runner-up, receiving the silver medal and a cheque for £200,000. What a champion, what a player, and what a run to yet another final, John Higgins. And the winner tonight, fulfilling a lifelong dream, receiving a cheque for £500,000, the trophy and the title, 2019 Betfred World Snooker Champion, Judd Trump. Your champion, Judd Trump.